Hello everyone, and welcome back to another MAPublisher tutorial. In this video, we are going to go over how to work with map attributes. As you can see, I've opened up MAPublisher and imported the world MIF file from the tutorial data folder. I'm going to select the area feature for Canada, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up the map attributes panel from the properties section of the MAPublisher toolbar. If you're using a version of MAPublisher that predates MAPublisher 11, you will need to select all the features you wish to see in the attribute panel before opening it up. However, MAPublisher 11 introduced a new option in the bottom left corner of the attribute panel, which allows you to toggle between seeing all features in a layer or just the ones you have selected. So if I go down here to the bottom, I can see that currently I have Always Show All Features selected. So as you can see, that means every single feature on the world area layer is appearing in the attribute panel, and the one that is selected, which is Canada, has an orange highlight over it to signify that it has been selected. If I toggle over to the Only Show Selected features, you can see that only Canada is appearing in the attribute panel. I'm going to go ahead and go back to this. You can edit the value of what is written in each field by double-clicking and manually typing in your changes and then pressing enter. If you right-click on the cell, you can zoom to feature, you can hide the column, or you can delete the column altogether. You can change the width of the columns by clicking and dragging like so, or you can right-click on any of the column titles and select Resize All to fit content, and that way each cell will show all that's written in each one. You can change the order of the table by clicking on a header. So for example, if I click on population, you can see that it's now sorted from the lowest population to the highest population. If I click it again, it will resort with the highest population at the top. To add a new column to your attribute table, you're going to go to the Edit Schema button, which is on the right-hand side at the bottom, and you click that to open up the Edit Schema window. So now I want to make a new attribute column, so I can do that by clicking the little green plus sign at the bottom. And I'm going to name this one Head of State. You'll see that the spaces have been replaced by underscores when I type it, but in the display name section, I can remove these and change them into spaces. Next, I'm going to select the string for type, but you're going to want to select whatever applies to whatever kind of information you're adding to your attribute table. The size in this case represents how many characters can fit in each cell, so I can change that to 15, for example, and then I'm just going to go ahead and press OK. So if we go to the end of the table, you can see that the Head of State column has been added to the attribute panel. Now it's all ready to go, and you can add data to it if you wish. In order to edit existing columns, you're going to want to go back into the Edit Schema window, and you can select any of the columns that are listed there. So for example, from here I'm going to choose Capital, and I can edit the name of the display name so I can change it to Capital City. I'm going to leave the type of string because I'm not changing that, but I can make it bigger to accommodate capital cities with longer names. Again, I just press OK, and then it will show up as Capital City in my table. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to add a column with calculated fields using our expression builder. So again, I'm going to open that Edit Schema window, and I'm going to make a new column. And this one I'm going to call Population Density. So this time I'm going to select double for the type, because that's what I'm going to be working with now. Instead of entering anything, I'm going to select Derive Value from Expression, because this allows us to work with the expression builder. So you can type directly into this box, or you can use the expression builder, which is what I recommend, by clicking on the little pencil. From here, you can build expressions by making selections from the objects list in combination with using these operators here at the top. So to set it for population density, I'm going to select population just by double-clicking it, and you'll see it appear up here in the builder. Now I want to select divide from the operators at the top, and then square kilometers back in the objects box. So you'll see that this is really easy. I didn't have to type anything. It's just clicking the objects and the operators that are there for me. So once you're done, you'll see a green check mark that signifies that the expression is valid, and then you can press OK. This will take you back to the initial Edit Schema window where you can double check that the expression still works. You'll get another confirmation that it's valid, so you can press OK, and there we go. So here's our population density column at the end of the table, and these values can only be edited using the expression builder or by changing the population or square kilometer fields that these numbers were generated using. That's all for working with attributes. Thanks for watching.